welcome to our newest episode of the Miskatonic University Literary Club. Today, we'll be reading the classic, the well known, the legendary, if you so choose to call it that, but not really that legendary, but still quite well known, Sonic.exe.
Hyper realistic blood.
Yay. Now,
Yippee!
you may notice a new friend here staring angrily at our friend Harriet's Jays. That would be Luna. They've joined us today on our newest adventure.
Hi.
They're literally Ryan Gosling. It's astounding to have such a critically acclaimed actor on our show.
Of course. Glad to be here.
I am mildly worried that we may not be able to use this because Ryan Gosling may not approve of his likeness being in such videos, but we will continue on anyways.
No, he will.
Alright, Sonic.exe on the official creepypasta.com website, written by JC-the-Hyena.
Hey, you didn't have us introduce ourselves again.
Are we ready for this?
You know, I was silent so you could introduce yourselves, but okay, we're skipping that, I guess. I'm going to introduce
Hey,
for
guys.
you. You guys recognize Gideon. Or not Gideon, that's a different character. Harriet, looking at your character, I thought Gideon. Harriet on the far right, our white-haired aficionado in certain things. Ryan Gosling here is our friend Luna, as previously stated. And then next to me, Lord Man, would be our friend Jacob. They may look a little different from another episode, but that's because they're on another account.
Hey,
Wait.
guys. My name is
What do you mean aficionado in certain things? What's that supposed to mean?
Anyways, Sonic.exe. Let's get reading. Let's start. For you, gaming is about escape. When you push the button on the console, switch the PC on, you are switching the real world off and escaping somewhere else. Okay, who let Godzilla? Who let him in here? Who get him out of here? Get Godzilla! No, get Godzilla out of here. He's not allowed in here anymore. Get him out of here.
Look away, Toho. Look away.
Get him.
He wasn't here. He wasn't here. I promise.
He's not allowed.
Oh, shit.
He's not allowed. Okay. He's gone. Okay. You are switching the real world off and escaping to somewhere else for a while. Recently, the bright primary colors and flat backgrounds of retro games have been your escape. Surely the graphics are virtually primitive, and the plinky-plonky music can be infuriating, but they use a semicolon instead of a comma, or not comma, instead of an apostrophe there for the word theirs. Something about the simplicity, the fullness of the characters, and the amazing gameplay of those games that really appeals. Until that is, one of those games full of bright sunshine days suddenly turns dark. Like, we're in like the second paragraph and there's already a typo.
Hey, typos are a lesser evil.
Thanks, JC-the-Hyena.
Grammarly could have helped.
Spider-Man.
Grammarly didn't exist when this was made.
When did Sonic.exe come out? Let's find out. Little excursion, side tangent. Sonic.exe release date. August 13th of 2012.
Alright, let's see when Grammarly decided to
no.
hit consumers.
So the actual game for Sonic.exe came out in 2012.
Well, Grammarly came out in 2009, so Bro could have definitely did a quick grammar check.
The creepypasta came out in 2011.
Yeah, exactly. They could have done a grammar check. So
Thank you, Ryan Gosling.
My pleasure. It always is.
Alright, back to the story. Until one of your favorite characters fills the screen. But instead
My favorite character.
Apparently, you specifically, Harriet. This is you. You're in the story now. You've been transported in there.
Don't do this to me, please. No.
But instead of offering his usual wide
Hey
smile...
guys, Maeve and Maeve had a conversation. Sorry about
We should have a Jacob interruption counter somewhere on the
Oh
screen.
yeah. We'll ask perhaps to do that. Oh, where was I? But instead of offering, perhaps please count that. But instead of offering his usual wide smile and mischievous eyes, he instead offers you emptiness.
How's he gonna count it if he's not here?
Put your dumbass up,
It's when he
Let
edits.
him read.
He's our editor,
Yeah.
you dolt. Come on. Terror.
Oh yeah.
How did you... Okay.
Sorry, I forgot.
Let's continue. Terror in the dark hollow void of the empty. What? Hold on, I gotta start this whole thing over. But instead of offering his usual wide smile and mischievous eyes, he instead offers you emptiness, terror in the dark hollow void of empty sockets that leak some awful fluid. Fluid, whatever it is, it's not stated, so it could be whatever your mind can create. Mayonnaise.
Watermelon.
Wait, so like
liquid pistachio.
What perspective are we taking right now?
I don't know. This is like some kind of preface that's in like
Is this
italics.
like an exposition?
This is a preface in italics.
Oh, okay, I got you.
The music fades. The eyeless face glares out at you, and you realize far too late you're in his world now. His world. Do 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 do. In his world. I really hope that was a reference, that it wasn't just like a mistake, that was genuinely a Sonic reference. I gotta find when that song came out now. When did Crush 40 his world come out? 2007. It could be. It could be. Okay, let's...
I don't know if you guys can hear that. We got some animals in the background.
Cannonballs?
Oh, I guess you can't hear
animals.
Oh yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Now to the actual story. Do you want me? It's in the first person. Should I put on a voice for that, or should I just kind of take it as is?
Well, if it's in the first person, you should read it as you.
What do I sound like?
You sound like you.
Oh.
Chill out.
Oh wait, he's not blowing up. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Hold on. Okay. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. If you're not a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, I guess you're not real. Okay. I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hack games before. I don't think I wanted to play after the experience I had. Ellipses. It started on a nice summer afternoon.
You must have gotten one of those cheap, like, Disney consoles.
the Sega Dreamcast. What was that really
Sega
weird?
Dream ass.
What was that really weird? Someone made a really weird Sonic game for like the Dreamcast or something. That was really funny. Anyways.
It was Sonic Dream. Sex and Sonic giving birth.
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, hold on.
No, there's no holding on. This is Sonic. There's no slowing down. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. In parentheses, I liked how you could get to explore the towns in it. Close parentheses. Until I noticed, out of my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. Oh, this guy owns a house. This guy's rich. Living the life. Seeing the mailman. I paused the game to see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox... Why is mailbox capitalized? That doesn't matter. Was a CD
mailbox!
Maybe it's a proper noun.
It's not. It's not a proper
What
noun.
if it's the mailbox? The
No,
mailbox.
it's not a capital T, though.
Oh, okay.
It's no, wait. Is it like in all
M?
caps?
No, it's just
just
capital
like
M
capital
mailbox.
Oh, so it's capital mailbox.
Mailbox. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and I realized it was from my dear friend Kyle. In parentheses, let's just call him that. Close parentheses. Who I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks.
That name.
Apparently, we lack any form of communication. I know that.
Out of my face, dude.
I know that because I recognize his handwriting. It was kind of weird how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and kind of difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. But still, somehow, in spite of all these changes, I recognize this as handwriting. Which doesn't make any fucking sense!
Maybe he saw, like... I genuinely don't know how he did that.
This sounds like it could have been a company-wide email.
It does. So I have an ad block on, and the creepypasta goes, "This is what he wrote," and then it says advertisements, but then it's blank because of my ad block, so it looks like it's just part of the story. I'll post it in the group chat.
Oh.
Hold on.
Perhaps we'll put this on screen for our lovely viewers.
I need to think of a voice for the note.
This is what he wrote. Advertisements.
Let's see. Tom, I can't take it anymore. I need to get rid of this thing somehow before it's too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me. And if I don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Ellipses with a capitalized period at the end of it. It's an ellipses and then an additional period that's in, like, bold. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc and it'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. He don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it, please. Kyle.
Oh, hold on.
This could have been
slight intersection
20 words
that intersection that perhaps can cut out. Can you add something for the bot? Like if we were to play music or something? Or
I don't think we should use the bot while we're in here, but we can definitely add music in the background.
Royalty-free music.
Okay. I more so meant adding something like to the little overlay. Yeah.
You're playing another game right now, aren't you? You're playing a game.
I'm pacing around my kitchen.
Yeah.
Bro's wearing a hole in the floor. Bro's just dun 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 dun. Anyways, back to the story.
You know, I told Maeve that I wouldn't steal her account for another video, but she has a good PC setup, so I might just steal it anyway.
By the way, I'm recording a video with my
Do you not know your password? Can you not log into your account?
Don't worry about it.
I don't have
They're arguing amongst themselves
PC,
right now. I'm muted. It's me. I'm muted. Do you want to be part of it?
Yeah, I just want
Okay.
Quit your fighting! I need you to do this for us!
Thank you, sibling. Anyways, back to the story.
What?
Well, that was certainly weird. Even though Kyle is my best friend and I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me. Fuck him, I guess. Wow. This guy's an awful friend.
What a good friend.
Zero regard.
I didn't think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Ellipses.
Are they like
might have
bunched
a
together
virus on
ellipses,
it
or is it like a
dude.
dot space dot space dot?
It's got like it could have like a virus on it or something, you know? Like it's not. This guy's an idiot. He deserves all the suffering he receives in this game. Anyways, I looked at the disc and it looks like any normal computer CD-R disc, except it had black marker on it written Sonic.EXE. It was much unlike Kyle's handwriting. I mean that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay or the floor or the water or the hole, or it came from space with an alien, or robots gave it to him, or a time traveler gave it to him, or maybe it was always there and he thought that he didn't have it. Maybe I'm just bad at recognizing my friend's handwriting. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it since I'm a big fan of Sonic. It's like the biggest.
With big in all caps?
Yeah, it's all caps.
Understandable having this call.
I went up to my room and turned on the computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome! Because like earlier I said, I like the classics. The first... Why does this guy talk like this? Like that...
Like, I said I liked the classics, so
Like,
like.
he's really hammering home that he likes the classics more. He's gotta really hammer that home. First thing I noticed that was out of
Spoilers.
place when I pressed start, there's like a split second when I saw the title image determining something much different. Something that I now consider horrifying. Before cutting black. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened. The title emblem was rusted and ruined. The Sega 1991 instead said Sega 666. Damn, that's an old fucking game. The year 666? That's old as shit. Bro's playing on fucking Jesus Christ's own Sega Dreamcast. fucking, fucking Julius Caesar played on this thing. He still exists.
Yeah, but you can also, it doesn't apply to that.
Don't argue with me. I know what I'm talking about. And the water had turned red like blood, except it looked hyper realistic. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is, the hyper realistic, guys. The hyper realistic.
Oh god.
Just quit staring at me with the big ol' eyes. Just noticed. Bro looks like a Slim Jim.
I'm lost. Where are we? Like, what are we? What did you just describe?
The title screen of Sonic, apparently. Oh, big paragraph, big paragraph.
Oh,
But the
no.
freakiest thing that was in the split second of frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding, with two glowing red dots staring straight at me. And his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face, I was rather disturbed at the image I saw. Like, I figured it was some kind of glitch and just forgot about it.
I overlooked this incredibly strange.
Exactly. Like that. Like, I get it's like a split second, but like if you have that much detail memorized and you can write it all down, maybe it was real.
Either that or you need to see a fucking
I don't know. This guy's got a gas leak in his house.
How do you think that the writer intended for this to be read? Like, what tone do you think? Like,
Probably
like
something
what
like
tone of voice?
dramatic and like you know how
Like the
Lovecraft
Chills
writes.
voice. Like, my name is Chills.
I think
Today we are reading Sonic.EXE.
I could read it like that, but I've already done Jeff the Killer with this voice. Yeah, what I'm thinking is that they meant to like be a dramatic thing, like in a Lovecraft story. I could read it as a Southern man. I could, but I've already commit to the like totally tubular dude. Totally
Sorry, my skin fell off.
So they let me catch you up to speed. They saw the weird Sonic in the title screen and they thought it was nothing of it.
Really?
Yeah. They just said it. They
Like,
thought it was a
didn't-
glitch.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I
What an
love the
interesting-
classics. I've played the classics. I've played them many times because I love the classics.
You
Did I
love the
mention I love the
classics. Can't
But like,
get
I
enough
didn't,
of
I
those
didn't think that there was anything
classics.
wrong with that specific copy of the classic. You know,
I just love that classic.
on a shady CD that I found it that the mailman
that the mailman gave
left
me.
in my capital M mailbox
Jesus.
with my friend's scratchy handwriting,
With
begging me to get rid of this CD.
Possibly the friend's handwriting, because honestly, I don't think it was the friend's handwriting anymore. Because bro wrote it like with his foot or
Are
something.
we theorizing now?
We could theorize, but let's read a little bit further.
No, please not. Okay.
After it cut to black, it stayed like that for like 10 seconds or so. And then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this Sonic game? Anyways, then I noticed something off where the background was like dark and cloudy sky, the bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD, and there's like only 3 save files. The music was from the creepy caverns of winter music from Earthbound, and it was like extended and like it seemed to be in reverse.
I like it
And-
from other sources.
And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you're on was just like red static for all 3 files. Bro's giving extremely specific examples. I doubt he's played Earthbound. No one's played Earthbound. If you say you played Earthbound, you're a liar. Don't lie to me like that again, people.
What even is the premise of Earthbound?
You're on Earth and things happen and psychic powers.
Oh, word.
I
Nice.
think. I don't know. I've never played it either. No one's ever played Earthbound.
I
Every
only
game that
know
they've played is
Earthbound
just
because of
Earthbound
Smash
inspired.
Bros.
What freaked me out more was the character select. It only showed Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik. Just call him Eggman. No one calls him Robotnik. That's technically a separate character, I'd say. Would you guys say that? Oh.
I will be honest. I
Oh,
thought that Robotnik and Eggman were interchangeable.
I mean, I get.
With the pie.
What?
We got two Jacobs.
Guys, Maeve's thing, it broke. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
The pie.
Hello.
Oh my
Her
goodness.
thing, her
What's
Discord
wrong with
blew
it?
up.
What do you
I
mean?
don't
What's
know
wrong
what
with
to
it?
do.
Look at it.
What do you mean? What's wrong with the pie? Remember to thank your editors.
No, thank you.
Perhaps show Jacob getting struck by a missile. Anyways, back to the story. Now that
Discord, so
add one to the
browse,
counter. Now that I'm sure that something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a Sonic Classic game for crying out loud? Bro actually wrote for crying out loud in the creepypasta. That's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game. You just now noticed? You just now noticed. Are you stupid? Don't answer that.
yes.
Show Jacob getting struck by 2 more missiles. Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy. But as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared. You're not a smart gamer, dude. You are not smart. I wasn't scared. In parentheses, or at least I try not to be. Close parentheses. I told myself that it was just a hack game and there's nothing. Jacob! Thank you. I told myself that it was just a hack game and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now you can say something.
I forget.
Ooh. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked File 1 and chose Tails. And when I selected and got started, there's a period there. They broke the sentence in the wrong place. The game froze for about 5 seconds. And then I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like the Kefka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. Again, pulling very specific sound files here. I think he wanted this to be a game. I think he knew that someone would make this a game. And he was right. And it led to a lot of 2D walking simulators that EXE games were. Anyways. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Then it showed the typical level title thing. It's called the title card, Mr. Fan of Sonic games. Except the simplistic shapes were all different shades of red, and it only showed Hill, Act 1. The screen faded in and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in the Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different though. It sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. Anyway, I started playing and had Tails start running like you would in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd was that Tails was running along the level and there's nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down to slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. Suddenly I saw something and stopped to see what it was. It was one of the animals lying dead on the ground bleeding, in parentheses. That was when the music started to slow down.
I have to interrupt right now. Maeve won't tell me her PIN, so I can't log back into her computer, and my phone is going to die. So I'm departing this recording now.
Fare thee well, Jacob. Okay, didn't even get to say goodbye fully. Thanks, Jacob. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I never saw him have before. So I had to move along, and he kept that worried look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers and he moves past more dead animals. We get it, there's more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody had killed them in a rather gruesome way. Like a squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out. A bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off, and a duck had his eyes gouged out, his throat slit. I felt sick to my stomach after I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still had Tails continue, though. After a minute passed after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill, and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. Sonic was on the other side of the screen with his back against Tails, with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered. Obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious of Tails' presence. Something about that didn't feel right. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed that I wasn't even moving my keyboard. Well, you don't move the keyboard to make a character move. You push the keys. Stupid. To make it move. So this had to have been a cutscene. Did Sonic 1 have cutscenes? I feel like it did. Tough crowd.
One more time. Sorry.
Man, you guys are.
We're listening. Sorry, I'm
just so enthralled by all these dead animals that like I'm just sitting here thinking about all those dead animals.
I'm going through headache medication right now.
What happened to your head? Why is the brain eating amoeba dying of hungry?
No, see, I have 2 brain-eating amoebas up there right now, and they're fighting, and I have to take medication to make them stop.
I feel like that would be a more interesting video, but we'll have to settle for Sonic.EXE.
There we go. Alright, anyway, say what you said one more time, so you can get a response this time.
Too late. We're continuing.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Tails was in danger and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic and stopped and stuck his hand out to touch him. That foreboding...
What even is static?
What even is what?
What even is static?
Cosmic background radiation.
Mm.
The unmatched power of the sun.
Understood. Continue.
That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open. They were black with those glowing red orbs, just like the title image. I thought there wasn't a smile. I mean, it's not the worst.
Sonic can't have it.
It's not the worst thing.
Sonic can't have that.
He's not allowed to not smile, I guess.
He was unhappy for a millisecond. The world is ending.
Of course. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was off. Off as in like it stopped, or off as in it sounded strange. It stayed black for about 7 seconds, and then white text appeared, forming a message saying, "Hello, do you want to play a game with me?"
Alright, come on now. You know he does.
I know what voice I have to use. Hello, do you want to play a game?
No.
What do you mean no? What do I do then?
Sonic.EXE isn't cool enough to be Cell.
Fine, what do I do then?
I'm not sure which one you should do, but you should sound like a cunt.
Hello, do you want? No. I need like an example of what voice to use.
I would say a good voice to use would either be something kind of scratchy. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, definitely,
Oh,
totally.
I
I
know. Hello, do you want to play a game with me? At this point, I was creeped out. I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me when I was taken to a different level, with the level title now saying, Hide and Seek. This time I was in the Angel Island level from Sonic 3, and it looked like everything was on fire. Doesn't that happen anyways?
Doesn't that normally happen?
Yeah, like doesn't Eggman just like nuke the place?
Yeah, I think he just goes, yeah, fuck you guys.
Eggman's a great character. Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. So I want to point out that when I'm reading this, the text is like very narrow. It's like a vertical box instead of it being like wide. So if there's weird breaks, that's because the certain sentences are broken up weird. He actually looked at me and made this frantic gesture to me, as if he wanted to get out of the area as fast as possible. I was like starting to get freaked out by this. Ellipses. I mean, Tails was actually like breaking the fourth wall, trying to tell me to get him out of there. So like I pressed down on the arrow keys as hard as I could, and I made him run as fast as he could. An old pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Ark as Robotnik from SA2 was playing as I made Tails check through the desolate forest, trying to make him escape from whatever he's trying to run from. That whole paragraph was one sentence.
What? Wait, really?
The whole, like, so I pressed down the arrow key to the trying to run from, that was all one sentence. Also, pressing down the arrow keys isn't going to make him go faster, chum. I don't think this gamer guy is a real gamer. I think he's a fake gamer. I don't think he's actually ever played a Sonic game before.
No, he has to have at least played one.
No, he's never played a Sonic. I don't think he's ever played a Sonic game before. I think he's just watched people play them and consider himself a gamer. Fake gamer. Suddenly I heard that creepy laugh again, ellipses. That awful Kefka laugh, ellipses. Right after 10 seconds have passed as I helped Tails run through the forest, you're not helping him, you're just telling him to go to the side. You're not as important as you think, pal. And then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on the screen, again with those black and red eyes. And the music changed to that suspenseful drowning jingle, like the as I see Sonic behind Tails slowly gaining up on him, flying! Sonic wasn't running, he was actually flying! I don't know why that's so, like, pertinent. Like, he flies a supersonic. The flying pose his sprite was making looked very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose in Sonic CD. Except it was just Sonic, and he had, like, the black and red eyes again, only. Only. Paragraph break. This time, he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. It looked as though he was just, like, enjoying the torment he was giving his poor little fox friend as he gained on him. Suddenly, when Tails tripped, in parentheses, another cutscene, close parentheses. What?
Oh, so many cutscenes.
I know. It's very clear that they're, like, basically giving this as, like, their idea for a scary game. Like, this is their, like...
I mean, someone made a scary game.
Well, someone laid out the blueprints for them. The music stopped and Sonic vanished, and Tails laid there crying for, like, 15 seconds. What a baby. I mean, Tails is, like, 8 years old back in that canon, wasn't he? I think we Googled this earlier. The scene was rather upsetting to watch, and I kind of teared up myself. What a baby. But then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails, and Tails looked up in horror. Then blood started to come down those blackened eyes of Sonic's, as a grin slowly grew from his face as he looked down at the horrified fox. I could do nothing but watch. I have the feeling that he didn't actually try, he just stopped holding buttons. and like he's not. He's like across the room, just crying. In a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails right before the screen went black, and there's a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The text returned this time and said, "You're too slow. Wanna try again?" And then that god awful laugh came with it. I like the idea of Sonic.EXE just being like, "You're too slow. Come on, pick up the pace."
Yeah, you know the laugh he's talking about.
The Damn.
No, not the damn Daniel.
Which laugh?
The whoop.
Yeah, the it's the same thing. Just looking back at like our character model, just seeing Luna looking like she's zoned, like she looks like she's horrified, completely flabbergasted at this. I was so shocked by what happened. Ellipses. Did Sonic murder Tails? No, he couldn't have. Ellipses. He and Tails are supposed to be like best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him? I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. The save file that Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which was flickering with that red static, and Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding, his orange fur had gone black, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Tried to ignore this, I picked Knuckles next. Hold on. Tails isn't orange, he's yellow.
He's kind of orange.
Like he's more
like
he's
a
more
mixture
yellow.
of the two, like a mustardy, like.
Yeah, he's like mustard yellow. He's not orange.
I don't think of
He's
orange.
orange
I don't think it's
sometimes.
but like.
He's sometimes orange.
That seems more like a lighting thing. Anyways, he also just ignored the anguish of Tails and just picked Knuckles next.
Yeah.
Like he didn't learn from his recent experience.
What is a look of anguish? Like the 1,000-yard stare? Like.
I don't know. Well, we'll find an image for perhaps to maybe one day edit in if he so chooses. Thank you for editing, perhaps again. The laugh came again, and the screen cut to black again, and stayed there for like 10 seconds. And this time the level said, "You can't run." I was really freaked out by now. I couldn't really tell if this was like a glitch or a hack or some kind of sick twisted joke, ellipses, or anything really. But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. How could you think of this as a glitch?
Because he's stupid.
The next level looked much different. It had the ground of the scrap brain zone, but like the sky background looked like the main menu, and it had the reddish dark cloud sky. But it was the music that creeped me out the most. It sounded like Gigas's theme, but after you beat Pokey and Earthbound, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Porky.
Nobody's ever played Earthbound, bro. I'm telling you.
True. No one's ever played Earthbound. They've only seen footage of it. I also noticed that like Knuckles looked afraid, just like Tails did, though not as much. More like he looked a little unnerved. Then he broke the fourth wall, just like Tails, and looked as if he wasn't sure what was going on. But I made him move anyways. He ran down the straight pathway in this dark level, and he did the screen. And as he did, the screen started to flicker red static a couple times. And then that maddening laugh came again. Bro really thinks he's a Lovecraft protagonist.
Maddening laugh. Yeah.
We after reading or going through Dagon earlier today, it's really obvious. Then after like a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of fear again, thinking something horrible was gonna happen to Knuckles. He looked nauseated, walking down like this bloodstained road, but I still kept him going. This dude's a dick. He's just torturing these guys now.
Well, in his mind, these aren't people. Even though I'm pretty sure, like later down the line, they update the lore and say they are.
I don't know the Sonic.EXE lore. I only know like the main story.
We'll discuss it later.
Suddenly, as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes. And the red static appeared again. And then the static vanished, showing nothing but a black screen with text saying, "Found you!" Now I was scared.
Curious.
Sonic found Knuckles already? What was going on? Anyway, red static came again, then I was back to the level. And Knuckles looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. This time, that high-pitched squealing from the Silent Hill 1's final boss was playing. You mean Pyramid Head? Who was the final boss of Silent Hill 1?
Are you all right? Pyramid Head is a Silent Hill 2 thing, bro. Come on now.
Was he? I don't remember. I don't know the order of the games.
Silent Hill 2 is when Pyramid Head's released. Her release debuted, so on and so forth.
Who's the boss of Silent Hill 1?
I don't
Google
remember.
Silent Hill 1 final boss.
Maybe the boss was the friends we made along the way. Or the
It's
enemy.
it's literally the devil himself.
Oh,
Oh,
word?
right, say.
It's just like the devil himself. Okay. Hey, the Shadow, it's me, the devil from the Bible.
Kill me.
This was some kind of boss battle, Sonic? I hope to God it wasn't, honestly. I appreciate the capitalization of G in God. Thank you, author, for remembering that.
At least.
Priorities straight up.
I mean, if mailbox was good enough to get a capital M, then
He also
let's
uses
hope.
numbers instead of like words, which kind of throws me off a little bit. But like, I guess it works if it's for like titles. Suddenly, Sonic appeared behind Knuckles in what appeared to be like a pixelated black smoke. And I made Knuckles turn around and then punch Sonic, but Sonic vanished in a black pixelated smoke before I could even let a hit. And that terrible laugh went off again. And then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and I made him punch again. And Sonic vanished, again laughing, and Knuckles was panicking more. And even though I felt like I was going crazy, Sonic was actually playing with us. He's playing like a sick little twisted mind game with me and Knuckles. Ellipses. Honestly, I feel like this voice right here is perfect for reading this story. The run-on sentences are perfect for this voice.
Well, that's good.
The Valley Boy voice.
Like, kind of skater dude. Like another cutscene played as Knuckles fell to his knees and clutched his head sobbing. And I felt his agony. Total empath. I know.
Why do you start like crying? You missed punching him like 4 times.
Like, he missed a couple punches. Like, suck it up. That happens all the time. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy. Why are you going to say, dude?
Bro, you're literally on. Turn the game on.
Man.
I think the main character's got like a soft brain or something.
Aren't all of our brains soft?
His is especially soft. Like it sloshes around when he nods his head.
And no wrinkles.
Like the teacher doesn't have to turn around when he says yes because she can hear the rattling from there. And then in like a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles and the screen went black and another distorted screeching noise that lasted for at least 3 seconds.
At least 3. Not
at least 3.
2,
Might have been a
not
little
1.
bit more, but no less. No less, man. No less.
Greater than or equal to, you know?
Another text message appeared. So many souls to play with so little time. Ellipses. Wouldn't you agree? What the hell? Ellipses. Just what is going on? I started to think that Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through the game. Ellipses. But I was too scared to think that.
Well, but you clearly just thought it.
Like you.
Yeah, like you definitely wrote it down.
This
Dot,
guy.
dot, dot, ellipses.
What was it? What was his name again? Psy-the hyena, whatever. I don't know, but he. This was in 2009. He was probably like 13 or 14 when he wrote this.
Hey, don't disrespect our modern day Shakespeare. With
well, when I mean our
name?
modern day Shakespeare,
something dash dash like.
Maybe the hyphens aren't actually part of the name, and it's just like how they space the names on this website. I don't know. I'm not a creepypasta aficionado. I was brought back to the main menu, and this time the second file box had Knuckles on the TV screen, and his red fur had darkened to like a reddish gray. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood, and his eyes were black and bleeding too. And he had a
Wait,
look of
Dreadlocks?
dreads?
yeah, he has dreads. You know what Knuckles looks like? The little like things that dangle down. On his
Wait,
head.
hold on. Really?
Those aren't.
They
Whoa,
people
Those are
consider them
dreads?
They act more like dreads. Echidnas
Fair
don't
enough,
actually
fair
have
enough.
them, but anyways. And he had this look of sadness on his face. Minor empath, man, I can't handle this. I began to think of those are actual characters trapped on those TV screens on the save files, but I couldn't believe it, ellipses. I didn't want to believe it, ellipses.
Or wasn't buying it?
Bro is not at...
Ellipses.
I have to say the ellipses out loud because there's no way to like verbally say it otherwise, and I'm not gonna say ... because that's annoying.
You're better than me. I'd have done the ...
So I shut off the game and took a break. Had like a quick snack, total like awesome protein milkshake, dude. Nice.
What are you having in this situation? Like some Cool Ranch Doritos or like...
Had a quick, had some Doritos. Just totally like went to town. Had a sloppy slice of pizza. Delicious.
Yeah, I had some margarita pizza.
Totally
It was
took a hunk on that
yummers.
bobo. And I was like totally suited, dude.
Yummers.
Yummers. Sonic.EXE is gonna come out of the TV, poke his guy, go yummers, yummers.
Do you think Sonic has an accent?
I'm making Sonic.EXE like a Boston, like a New York Italian.
New Yorker.
Yeah.
It's butter, not butter.
Man,
Yeah.
may I request a brief intermission?
For how long?
Look at this thing in specific, please. I beg you.
Okay, intermission. Looking at this. I took a nap, which I wish I hadn't, cause like weight dreams really fuck you up, dude. Cause like when I began to have the most disturbing nightmare, I was like in a pitch black darkness. And though I was like under the light given off by like a lamp that was like hanging above my head and stuff, I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. And they were saying stuff like, "Help us!" And like, "Why did you give us to him?" And like, "Run away before he gets you too!" Ellipses. Advertisements showed up again. It's in the same font as the rest of it. Their cries died out, and then I heard Sonic laugh. His laugh, ellipses. It sounded a lot like that distorted Kefka laugh. We get it. His laugh is the Kefka laugh. We get it. You're a lot of fun to play with, kid. Just like your friend Kyle. Though he didn't last too long, ellipses.
Wait, I thought his name was Nick.
Who? At no point did we bring up the name Nick. Who?
We did not. Right.
The main character's name is Tom, referred to in the letter, and his friend is Kyle. Is Nick the secret third option? Is he?
I
Yeah,
thought his name was
if
Kevin.
you scroll down and like you keep on scrolling, you'll find like a fourth file save. I swear.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They just didn't include it here. But if you go into the archives, I swear.
I was scared and looking around for like the source of the voice. Ellipses. It won't be long until you. I fucked that up. Won't be long now till you join them and all my other friends. Ellipses. I saw him walking towards me, flickering in and out like several directions. Ellipses. You can't run, kid. You're in my world now. Just like the others. Ellipses. In his world, where life is strong.
No.
What happened?
Nothing. That's it.
Nothing? Okay. Just felt like dramatically shouting no? Okay.
I did.
And when he grabbed me... when he grabbed me, I saw his bleeding black, red-eyed, grinning face. That's wrong voice.
Wow.
When he grabbed me, I saw his, like, bleeding black, red-eyed, grinning face, and I woke up with a fright. I just imagine it's like that image where like the guy's grabbing the kid. I need to
Huh?
find it's he grabs him like I'll post it to the group chat. He grabs it like this. After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game. I don't know why, but like I just had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. Ellipses. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. I still thought that was wacky, Planet Robotnik, but like, anyway, the title level appeared. This time it just said ellipses, which I found really freaky. Wow, that's 6 pieces of punctuation in a row. Open
How to punctuate
quotation,
it.
open quotation, ellipses, which is 3 periods, close quotation, comma.
Grammarly can help.
We're not sponsored.
I know.
This time I was in like some kind of hallway and it didn't really look like it was from any of the classic Sonic games. It was like a pixelated style. The floor was shiny and checkered, and the walls were like a dark grayish purple with like animated candle lights apostrophe S. Not plural, it's apostrophe S. And like a few dark bloodstains here and there. You can like flip this on the right. And there's like a dark red curtain hanging above the top part of the screen. Like every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain would sway very slowly. But like whenever you're playing the game, you can barely see it move. How did you see it then, Mr. Observant? Photographic memory, but the intuition of a baby. The music was oddly pleasant. It was a piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song. Janopity number 3 or something. Honestly, banger. But I knew better. This was a song that played in Hill Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. Just made up a song. Robotnik didn't
I
look
love it when
enti-
artists make stuff up.
I mean, I have no idea what the song was supposed to be. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like Tails and Knuckles did, but like he did have a suspicious look on his face, like he's just a bit paranoid. He did a little animation when I just left him standing, where he turns his head left and then turned it to the right at least twice, and then shrugs at me, as if he has no idea where he was or where he's going. You know, I just realized Eggman is just like a normal ass dude. He doesn't have any like superpowers or anything. Like all the other Sonic characters have like some kind of special trait, but Eggman is just a dude.
He's just, Eggman.
Like he's got like a brain process you could probably follow, you know. Even though I was
I agree.
scared of... Go ahead.
I agree.
Even though
I
I was
concur with
scared
this.
out of... Even though I was scared out of my mind about what was happening, what was going on, had Robotnik continue onward. He did his usual running animation, in parentheses, when he beat him at the end of his classic Sonic game and he'd chase him. Open parenthesis. As we continued going through the hallway. Then I stopped at a long flight of stairs leading downwards, and now I was nervous. Even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself. Though I pressed onward. I don't see the onward key on my keyboard here. Funny joke.
I think it's like.
Fine, I'll get my own laughter.
Okay. You're so funny. Please let my children live.
I'll consider it. As I led
Thank
Robotnik
you.
down the stairs, I noticed that like the walls have gotten darker and more reddish, and like the red torches were now an eerie blue. Bro switches from redstone torches to soul torches. Then we landed onto another hallway, and this one was longer than the last one. In parentheses, or at least it felt like it. Close parentheses. And then we went headed down another flight of stairs down. This one was much longer. It took like at least 1 full minute. I got places to be, man. I can't be going down these long hallways. Come on. Shorten it to 30 seconds or less.
Real as fuck for that.
And then I heard that horrific Kefka laugh again, and the music slowly faded until it was quiet. And as it did, the walls turned more dark and red, and the torches were in a black flame now. When Robotnik landed into the third hallway, I noticed how he looked really creeped out. Though he was trying to hide it. I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. Like, me and Eggman, we understand each other. We're total empath to empath. We're both a Sagittarius. Doesn't I don't understand astrology. Suddenly,
Astrology is
I don't get it. It's outside of how about you, Luna? Are you familiar with astrology?
To an extent, like
Just, just seeing like the Ryan Gosling smile appear when you unmute. Okay,
oh, what?
back to the reading.
Wait, why did you ask me if I knew anything about astrology?
Yeah, do you?
And yeah, like it depends. Like if you're asking me like specific like dates, then like I'm not gonna be able to say anything. But like,
What's the most empathic star sign?
dog, I don't empathic. Hold on, what does empathic mean?
Empath means you can empathize with people, emotionally understand.
I mean, listen, probably Pisces, but like Taurus would also be like a close second.
Which one? Which the symbol for Pisces? Is that the scorpion?
And I don't know.
So much for an expert.
I
Anyways, let's get back to it.
answered your question. Do not follow
I guess
up,
you did. You
mortal.
did answer my question. Thank you. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right in front of Robotnik, in the same way he did Knuckles. And then the red static came, and the red static lasted for like 15 seconds or so. Like, totally tubular for keeping it in my time frame, dude. Thank you, Sonic. And then it showed me the most unpleasant image, ellipses. The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic standing in the darkness where you can only see his face while his head and torso fade into black. And when I say hyper-realistic, I mean, he looked so real. You could actually see the lines in his blue fur, dude. As if you could actually feel the fur if you touched the screen. I could slap his face around, dude. I could totally, like, pull on his stupid little ears, dude. It's so real. His face, ellipses. Oh, God. Had to be the most horrifying smile I've ever seen. Hey, that's mean. He's just happy. You can't insult someone's smile like that.
Yeah, you can. If someone's too happy, kill them. Their negative aura will disease me.
The smug aura of this painting mocks me. I'm not saying something. I'm not saying something considering I saw the image at the start of the game. That's entirely irrelevant, author. What does the image at the start of the game have to mean? Like, that was a different... Anyways. His eyes were wide and black, and once again crying blood, in parentheses, which also looked hyper-realistic, close parentheses. And there were two small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring right at me. As if he was staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic, and it literally stretched the side of his face like a Cheshire cat. Except Sonic has fangs. Very sharp fangs. Much like the werehog's teeth, except like more vicious hyphen looking. Somewhat yellowish from the looks of it. His dentist isn't gonna be happy with him. He had like stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips and fangs, obviously as if he ate some animal. Like, dude, if you're gonna eat someone in front of someone, you gotta like clean it up a little bit, dude. Table manners. I stared at the gruesome image for a good 30 seconds. You know, because, like, he respected my time frame, so I wanted to, like, give him some time. Never taking my eyes off it. It felt like he was actually looking at me. Smiling at me. Ellipses. That face. It just took 10 seconds for it to etch myself into my brain for good. What, so he took, like, an extra 20 seconds just to be sure? Then the screen flickered with the red static again 3 times. And on the third time, I heard the Kefka laugh. Except this time it sounded distorted. Demonic even. Ellipses. I went back to the image again, except this time there was like the text again that was messed up. And like it looked pretty much like one of those horrifying things I looked at since one of the most horrifying things I looked at since I had this game, ellipses. I am God. That's what it said, apparently, all in all caps. It was when I read the message while looking at Sonic that it hit me. I realized right then and then. This Sonic was a monster. A pure, evil, sadistic, all-powerful, nightmarish, demented monster. You want to throw a couple more adjectives in there, author? Ellipses, by the way. And all his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotic, and possibly Kyle, they're just his little toys. And the game is a very gateway to his chaotic, nightmarish world. And the very hell his victims are trapped in. How do you know it's hell, huh? How do you know they're not having a good time in there and he's just been showing you something entirely unrelated? You don't know, author. You're making too many assumptions about this Sonic, and I think he has right to be mad at you for it.
What?
He's been nothing but mean and obtuse and crude in the descriptions of Sonic, and he has no proof that Sonic has actually done anything wrong.
All right, man. I'll let you have that one.
Suddenly, in like an actual split second, I screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly with his mouth open to an unnatural length, revealing nothing but a literally spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again, and this time louder and more distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears, and I yelled and I grabbed my ears, and the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds. Again, another paragraph that's one sentence. Then it stopped and showed nothing but a black screen. Also, bro screamed at a jump scare like Markiplier.
Like the physical damage Markiplier takes
Yeah,
jump scares, or
like it said that like he screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen. So I can only imagine he like did the Markiplier thing where like he like accidentally rips off his headphones.
no, you know how he jumps back and like covers his face.
Yeah, he's got like his arms up. He's like, oh god.
Perhaps I'll put a gif of it on screen for us, Trust.
Thank you, perhaps. If not, have another missile hitting Harriet. Perhaps has the budget of the entire American Defense Force. So we've got plenty of missiles.
Oh.
We don't know how
Too
he
many
got it, but
impacts.
he's got it. Anyway, advertisements again. As I sat there staring at the black screen, one last text came up. Ready for round 2, Tom? The Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear as if Sonic was right behind me, played again 3 times. As I looked at the text in shock and confusion. Then I got booted back to the main menu, and this time the third save file had the TV image of Robotnik in the same tormented state as Sonic and as Tails and Knuckles. Robotnik's skin turned a dull gray, and his mustache drooped down and blackened, and his glasses broke, and blood was coming from the glasses. Yeah, I thought you can't squeeze blood from a stone. Anyways, and he had like a mere dead expression on I think he means near dead expression on his face. That's fine. Mirror is a difficult word to use sometimes. I looked at Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik and cried a bit. My inner empath can't handle this.
Does it say the inner empath, or are you just saying that?
I'm just saying that. I'm just adding that thing. I'm just playing up this character.
You could just start talking about something. I just believe you that it's a part of the story.
I pity them for the agony they're going through, and they're forever trapped within the game. Forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog and always will be. You have no proof of these statements.
Horrid hedgehog is such an Eggman based statement.
It is. I think Eggman escaped and possessed the main character. But like this author has no proof that anything bad is actually happening, you know? Like he doesn't know that they like as far as he knows it's just like a big prank and like they're all around the corner and like the fucking what's where the not the Three Stooges, the Three Friends comedy show. Impractical Jokers are just around the corner.
All right, for this next one, Murder, open up.
Open up
You know what?
the accursed game. And the computer shut itself
Yeah.
off, and I couldn't turn it back on no matter what I did. Yeah, it's called a power outage. That's what happens when you lose power. I sat there for maybe 25 seconds. I keep track because, like, I got a schedule to keep up. Horrified by what just happened. Ellipses. Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. He tortures people who play his game in more ways than one. And then when he gets bored, he drags you into the game, literally drags you into hell, where he can play with you always as his toy. Ellipses with a bold period at the end. Again, no proof of any of this.
Well, maybe he's a knower. You know, knowers.
This guy does not know. He has been nothing but stupid. He is not a knower. I can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there. Bro just put shoved the disc into his computer. Now it's jammed because he can't figure out how to function a computer. But at least I managed to turn it back on now. After I sat there for 25 seconds, again adhering to schedule, I heard a voice right behind me like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scream. Ellipses. Sitting on my bed. Ellipses. Staring right back at me. Ellipses. Another ellipses. Was a Sonic plushie. Staring. Smiling with bloodstains under his eyes. The end.
The end?
The end.
Yeah.
Luna, the end.
The end.
The end.
The end.
The end.
I think overall,
What do we
pretty
think?
bad.
What honestly
Pretty bad.
didn't deserve the status that it had.
Pretty bad, but not offensive.
It's not like horrendous or anything, but like
it sucks, but I'm not like getting like D6 mental damage from reading it type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not.
Well, because you
not-
didn't read it.
It wasn't that bad.
I was-
There was the occasional typo, there's the occasional formatting thing and all that, but that's survivable. I've seen typos in. There was one book I read actually that like the author forgot to put the close, not parentheses, the close quotation mark, and for a while I just kept reading it like this character was still saying all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't know why it took me so long to realize it.
It's just a you problem, dude.
But yeah, the typos can be survived. This came out in 2011, so horror was a very different thing back then. I guess in a way it was a pioneer. It created the .exe format, which has been beaten to death repeatedly. I feel like the author kind of ran out of steam after the Tales section. Because I noticed that, like, the sections with the other characters got faster, you know what I mean? Like, less happened in it. Like, Tales had a whole series of events he went through.
Like, they kind of just churned it out.
Yeah, Tales went a whole through series of events, but then Knuckles had a little bit less, and then Robotnik was just, like, the same thing a couple times, and then Sonic.
Yeah.
I don't know where he was going with the I am God thing. That's not really scary.
Need a map
add a
to
bonus
get some
segment?
more on there.
We should add a bonus segment where you play the original Sonic.EXE.
I'm not putting that on my computer. There will be no hedgehogs in this computer. We are a Dr. Robotnik household. We will have no hedgehogs on this computer.
Fair enough. Got me there.
Oh, this actually has the Creepypasta website has more it has like analysis actually. Yeah, it's JC hyphen the hyphen hyena. Oh, there's more links. Oh, JC, why do you have a DeviantArt and a Fur Affinity account? I'm disappointed in you.
Why are you surprised that JC the Hyena has a Fur Affinity account?
I'm surprised that that there's a link to it on the Creepypasta website. Anyways, there's some like analysis things I'm skimming through on the bottom here.
Well, what'd you say?
At the bottom on the Creepypasta website, there's like some extra bonus content, just like some history stuff for it, some like interviews with the author. I wonder if JC is doing well. Who's this? Oh, hi. That's the
Oh,
bot.
that's what I'll say, Deltarune. Hold on.
Oh, Luna. We lost Luna.
Ah,
Well, I guess she can't say goodbye. Um,
God damn it. I tried playing the Deltarune explosion noise twice, and I got the same fucking video.
yeah. So yeah,
And
that's about it.
that's Sonic.EXE. Our
Uh,
video participants have died,
yeah.
but
I
it's
guess
okay.
Sonic got to them. Um,
Something like that.
something like that. Thank you for watching. The Miskatonic University Literary Association will be awaiting your next visit. We might not be punctual, we might not be effective, but we don't want to overwork. Perhaps we'll let him work at his own pace. He's our only editor, as I lack editing software, and perhaps is actually rather clever. So thank you to those who joined us, and thank you, Harriet, for joining in and remaining to the end.
Alright.
I actually have to go to bed and have nightmares about Tails and Knuckles asking me to help them. Hopefully, a Sonic plush with blood coming out of its eyes doesn't appear there. And
Alright. Good night, viewers.
good night.
If you're already asleep, fucking wake up. Choose a different
Wake
video.
up,
We're ending
wake
it.
up, wake 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 up.